Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel, and in this video I am sharing what my family had for dinner. And to get started, I am just cooking up a roll of zesty hot sausage, and I'm going to make some jalapeno poppers. My husband requested these, and he actually made a special trip to the store to get the jalapenos and helped me get them cleaned up and prepped. So I couldn't say no, could I? And to get the filling for these jalapeno poppers started, I just warmed up a block of cream cheese in the microwave till it was soft, and then I added my cooked sausage to that. I put in some diced Velveeta and some bacon pieces, and I just gave it all a stir. This is not normally how I make jalapeno poppers, but this is how we're making them this time, and it turned out just fine. I added some crushed red pepper, and over to the side you see my husband working on those jalapenos. Poor guy, he doesn't usually handle the jalapenos, I do, so I know that all the heat is in the seeds, and this is him getting the seeds out and getting them all over his fingers, and you know, he learned. Anyway, I'm just arranging all of these halves of jalapenos onto my air fryer pan. These jalapeno poppers are going to go into the air fryer to cook, and then I'm just going to spoon that sausage and cheese mixture into each pepper until they're all filled, and then I pop them into the air fryer, and I believe I put these in at 375 for about 20 minutes in my air fryer. I'm not sure if they were done after the 20-minute mark because my husband had kind of taken over, and I'm not sure if he added more time. So after I had gotten the jalapenos prepared, I did cook up some ground beef and seasoned with some taco seasoning. And here I am just getting my George Foreman grill ready. It's heating up, and I am rolling up the meat and the cheese. I'm just using the rest of my Velveeta because I needed to use it up, and I just cut it into strips and then put it on top of that meat. Gave it all a roll up in these flour tortillas, and then just sat them into the George Foreman grill. And then I just sprayed the top of the burritos with a little bit of cooking spray. I don't know, I probably didn't have to because I did spray the top of the Foreman grill, but I just figured this would keep them from drying out and being just dry, you know. So I'm gonna continue to roll up these burritos. These are just really super simple, although they did turn out pretty yummy. My husband said that these were Mexi melts. I don't know, I've never had a Mexi melt from Taco Bell, but he said this is what they tasted like. So this meal is just inspired by having leftover flour tortillas to use up and leftover Velveeta in my fridge. So it just worked out that it was really delicious. So we will make these again. They were super easy and a great way to use up leftover ingredients. So this is how the burritos turned out. They are sealed up, and you really don't have to do anything else except you can grab and go, you know. So I'm just going to spray my George Foreman again, and I'm going to get the next batch in there and repeat. And I swear, I believe it took a month for this avocado to get ripe, and then when it finally was, it almost went bad on me. And so I am just making one of the boys' plates. I put some of that jalapeno filling on the side there so for them to use as a dip, and then gave them a couple of those burritos, and that's how they had their dinner. And then this is my plate. I'm having that mashed avocado. I don't like guacamole, so I just usually do mashed avocado because I do love avocado, and I am eating the whole avocado. And then I'm just going to have some sour cream and some sliced olives, a couple of those peppers, and then I'm going to put some hot sauce on my burrito and call it dinner. I don't know, I think I've mentioned that these were really good and really easy to make and really quick to make too, but look at the inside of those. Yum. Let me know if you've ever had a Mexi Melt from Taco Bell, because I don't know what the man's talking about. I don't know about you, but for me, Mondays are always hectic. It's like, you know they're coming, but were you really, really prepared like you thought you were? So I try to be prepared. And on this day, I am just using the meat meat. It is meat. It's chicken. It is boneless, skinless chicken breast. And I had diced it up into bite-sized pieces and put it in a baggie. Yeah. The Food Saver bags that my daughter got me for Mother's Day, and I had put some Italian seasoning in there with them, and on the night before I just took it out of the freezer and let it thaw out in the fridge so that when I came home from work I can just get it going in a hurry. And then I just put some diced smoked sausage in the pan with that chicken and got it all cooked up. And here I am just cutting up some zucchinis. These came in our Misfit Markets box, and I wanted to make sure I used them before they started to get super soft and go bad. I have a tendency of letting produce go too long, so I'm really trying to be better at that. And so I am just going to saute this zucchini and keep it as close to its natural state as possible. You can do all kinds of things to zucchini, but all I'm going to do is season it really good and saute it, and that's going to be our side dish. And so after I have my chicken and my sausage all cooked through, I'm just making sure that it's seasoned well with some garlic, some pepper, and some salt. We're going to keep it real simple. I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning as well. And then the next step, I'm not sure if I am doing this right or not, and I don't really care because it worked out fine. And I'm pretty sure that you can do it either way. But I am just adding some oil to my water and some salt as well, so that the pasta doesn't stick to itself or each other, I don't know. And also so that the salt can give that pasta some flavor as well. I'm just going to make sure that I am stirring my zucchini, and then I added just a little bit of water to give it some steam action. And then for my part that I really wasn't sure if I was doing right, it was the part where the spinach is added. So I am just taking off the stems because I don't like them, and that's kind of what keeps me from eating. I love spinach, but I don't like the stems, and so it just is a little bit of work, but in the grand scheme of things, I didn't have to cut up chicken or anything like that. So I guess I will focus on trimming spinach this meal, and I just added that right in with my chicken and sausage and let it get a little wilty. And then I'm just adding some heavy cream next right into that pan. I really like to make things in one pan. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I like to make as many things as I can in the same pan. And I am adding some chicken bouillon and water to this. I did not have any chicken broth, and so I wanted to make sure that it had all that good chickeny flavor. And then I'm just adding some of the grated Parmesan cheese. I did not have any fresh on hand, but I'm sure that that would be so much better. And for me, it is all about the black pepper. I just absolutely love it. And so does my family now, whether they ever wanted to or not. It's been pushed on them. And so I decided to use the remaining half of that package of real bacon pieces. I'm going to give it a taste. You got to taste your food. Just want to make sure. Oh yeah, that's good. That sauteed zucchini was all good to go, and now it's time to get a little spaghetti action going. When the spaghetti was all cooked and drained, I then added it to the the pan that had the chicken and sausage and spinach. And I am just going to give that a spin and get it all mixed in really good. Then I'll top it with some additional Parmesan cheese, maybe a little more pepper. You can't have too much black pepper. This dish was so good after the pasta soaked up some of that sauce and it got nice and thick. It was so good that it was leftovers the next night. Moving right along to Wednesday, which is usually our breakfast for dinner day, but I wasn't feeling breakfast this week. So I am just taking some chicken breasts and getting them into this cast iron skillet. My intention was to cook this meal in the oven, but while I'm prepping the few other ingredients that I needed to get ready, I thought I'd give these chicken breasts a chance to get started on the stove, and then maybe by the time I get done prepping my other ingredients, they would have a head start on the cooking process and wouldn't take so long in the oven. And since I'm using a cast iron skillet, it's no problem to go from stovetop to oven. So in a bowl, I am just mixing 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. I'm using 2 different brands, that's why there's 2 different colors and consistencies going on here, but we're working with what we have. So then I'm going to add some sour cream and then just get that all mixed in together. I really wasn't feeling much like cooking on this day, and it was cold and rainy again. Our temps have been going from one extreme to the other, where it's really, really hot and then really, really cold. So on this particular day, it was like 50, or maybe I'm exaggerating, but 60s? I believe so. Anyway, I just turned these chicken breasts over and let them cook on the other side while I was still preparing my other ingredients. I shredded up some sharp cheddar cheese, and then I just chopped up a piece of a green onion that I had still lingering in my refrigerator and was still good, and got that chopped really, really tiny, so that it'll cook super fast, because as you can see, I didn't prepare ahead of time, and it was kind of an afterthought that I wanted the celery and onion to go in this sauce. So it's only going to have like some time in the oven to cook, and that's it. And so because I had an issue with hitting the play button on my camera, you are seeing that I'm getting that soup mixture poured into the chicken, the pan of chicken, and then I just added some chicken broth, and I'm using some bouillon cubes here and some warm water just to loosen up that soup and get it all mixed in with that chicken, so that it can just kind of the flavor can just cook into it. And then I didn't get the part where I added the onions and celery, but I'm just making sure that the vegetables are down in those little pockets in between the chicken, so that it can be covered in the sauce and get cooked till they're tender. I added some of that shredded cheese on top, and then I just added a package of dry stovetop stuffing right on top of that. And then all you're going to do for this is melt some butter. And I believe the original recipe was like either a half stick or a whole stick. I'm not sure, but I ended up using 3/4 of a stick. So right there in the middle. And then I decided that it wasn't moist enough and I was worried that it wouldn't cook right. So I just added some of that chicken bouillon to the rest of those dry particles and made sure that everything was moist. I just whipped up some instant mashed potatoes and some corn with butter to go with it. And this is what it looked like after it came out of the oven about 30 minutes later. So altogether, it probably did take me about 45 minutes to make, and I will link the recipe below so that you can see how to make it correctly. But this is how it turned out for us, and it was really good. Very comforting. Like I said, it was another cold day. This would be a great fall or winter food, and I don't know. It really was feeling like a fall day, and I really wanted something with stuffing. So this recipe came up when I was doing a search and I really enjoyed it. I put some of that stuffing and soup mixture right on my mashed potatoes, and then I had made a salad to go with it, and so I'm having my corn in my salad, and this is what my finished plate looked like, and this was really good. My only suggestion would have been to make the chicken breast thinner, so that's what I'll do next time. Thursday, I was needing another super easy dinner that I could make up really quick without a lot of prep that needs to go into it. So we are just having some burgers. And to me, pan-fried burgers are like so easy. All you have to do is make your patties, right, and throw them in a pan, season them the way you like it, and give them a flip every now and then. And so that's what we're doing. And I'm just taking a wet paper towel and cleaning off some of these mushrooms. They are so dirty, but they are so good. And I'm just getting those sliced up, and they're going to go into a skillet. And I'm going to saute them with some onions to top on our burgers. And so I don't know if I show it or not, but my husband has to be a little extra always. And, you know, the man loves some bacon. So he picked up some bacon, and it was on him to cook that up so that they could have bacon burgers. So while our hamburger patties are cooking in the other skillet, I'm just making sure that I give these mushrooms and onions a toss every now and then so that they can get tender. I'm putting my burgers in the pan with the seasoned side down, and then I just put a little more seasoning salt on top, and that's all I used on these burgers tonight. I really was not feeling like cooking dinner, so we are not doing anything spectacular, just plain old burgers. And I don't know. I think hamburgers are good anytime. That was always one of my favorite foods as a kid, and it still is. And I don't care if it's on the grill or on the stove. I just like me some burgers. And every now and then, I just have to have one. And so we've been talking about them for quite a while. And I don't know. I feel like I make burgers different ways all the time. And so for this night, we are having pepper jack cheese on our burgers. And I'm just putting a piece on all of the patties except for 2 for the children who do not like cheese on their hamburgers. Doesn't matter what kind of cheese, they just don't like it. That's the way it's always been in our house. There's always some non-cheese eaters. And so when the patties are all done, I'm just getting my burger ready by putting some mayo on each side of the bun. And we're just having some chips and French onion dip with our burgers tonight. And so that juicy burger is now going to slide in onto the bun. And I'm going to top it with some mushrooms and some onions. And then because I didn't want a whole full piece of bacon, but I just wanted a little bit of that bacon flavor, I'm just putting a few bits on there. And of course, I have to have my ketchup. And this is my plate, and I was very happy and excited to have a burger night. It doesn't get any easier than burgers and chips, and it's very satisfying. On Friday night, I had a Zoom meeting, and Bill was in charge of dinner, and he did plan on cooking, but we had car issues and things that needed to be worked on, so it ended up being a pizza night, and I was not complaining because I have been wanting pizza. And it seems like easy and quick has been the theme for the week. And so on Saturday, it was kind of sort of the same thing. And we decided that we were just going to make up some chili dogs. And I'm just getting a package of these cheese dogs into this cast iron skillet with some oil. It is turned up a little too high, but we like our hot dogs burnt, so no problems there. I just turned it down a little and let the hot dogs get a little char on them, and we're just using some Hormel chili with no beans as our chili dog sauce. That's usually what we use. It's one of our favorites. My husband only likes beef hot dogs, and he likes the Nathan's brand. I don't like beef hot dogs, so we're kind of compromising here with a package of each. And then I decided that I wanted to just throw the sliced onions on top of these hot dogs and let them get a little tender. I don't like raw onions on any of my food, but I do like cooked hot dogs. Yeah, I do. I like cooked hot dogs, and I like cooked onions too. So I have our chili in a small pan on the back burner, and I just have that turned down really, really low so that it can slowly heat up while we are cooking our hot dogs. This was super easy. I really didn't have to do anything except give them a turn every now and then when they were the right burntness, then they were done. I also only like my hot dogs either grilled or fried. I don't like boiled hot dogs. I mean, I guess steamed is okay, but I don't know. I just don't like a boiled hot dog. So this is how I usually make my hot dogs, minus the onions. But since it was just adults eating on this night, then I just decided that I would just go ahead and do the onions. And so the salad, I had shown the prep in my other video, and it is actually some cabbage, spinach, and some romaine lettuce. I also threw in some green onion, and then I shredded some cheese and put that in there as well. And then that bacon from in the morning, I had a couple pieces set aside so that we could put it in our salad later. And the whole meal is based around this salad, and it actually could have been a meal on its own, but we decided to have chili dogs with it. So here I had just boiled up 3 eggs, and I'm chopping them really kind of chunky and just throwing those in the salad as well. And then I'm just going to give it all a toss so that everything is all mixed in there together. I was really craving salad, and I know I've mentioned it before, but lettuce just does not agree with my stomach. I guess I do okay with spinach. I know that I can eat cabbage. I thought I'd give it a try, and I did very well with the salad. And so I was very happy that I can introduce salad back into my diet for now. As long as there's not too much lettuce in it, then I'm okay. So here I am just getting my 2 chili dogs prepared. I have my chili on the bottom. I always put my chili sauce inside the bun first, and then I put my hot dogs on top, and then the toppings on that. It's just the way that I like it. I feel like if you put your chili on top, then it kind of gets all over your face, and this way it doesn't. So that's just my reasoning. And like I said, I was really excited about having some salad on this day. And so I just had a salad on the side. I put some tomatoes on mine. I'm the only tomato eater, so I don't put them right in the salad. I just put it on mine, and some ranch dressing. And this was our last dinner of the week, and all I have to share with you for this week. If you had fun here today, please consider hitting the subscribe button so that you can see more of my videos in the future, and we can hang out again. Bye for now.